Hello everyone, how are you doing today? The topic today, as I said yesterday, was going to be about cooking, and that's what it's going to be about today. So, anyway, I started cooking when I was 11 years old by volunteering at the nursing home that my dad was working at back in Leader, Saskatchewan. Um, that was pretty much my introduction to cooking, and then until I was 14, I was volunteering at the nursing home, and then I got my first job in a restaurant at a place called Billy Bob's. It was corner restaurant drive-in thing, and my first job was to sweep the lot of the premises. And I worked my way up into making dough, and then they moved to a different location, and I got more into the cooking aspect of things. And then they went out of business, and started working for a new couple who bought the business, and I worked at Rattlers, which was in Leader, Saskatchewan as well. Up until I moved to Macklin in '96, I've been always working in kitchens. Then after moving to Macklin, I got a job at the local restaurant and worked there until the end of Christmas. And then the following, I just stayed and worked at getting my schooling done in that to prepare myself for college. In 1997, I graduated from Macklin and I went to school at NAIT in Edmonton for culinary arts. I was instructed by some very good instructors, and I made very good friends with a few of my classmates. After my education, I worked at the Sheraton Grand. I worked at the Fairmont Hotel McDonald in Edmonton, and during school is when I was doing that too. So I worked with some really good cooks, really good chefs, um, and proceeded to move down to Halifax and work down there. Uh, anyway, about cooking. um, there's a lot that people don't realize about cooking, and one of those things is we don't get paid that much. We're lucky if we get minimum wage, and some places do give us tips, which sometimes is nice, sometimes isn't because it's a lure. Um, the bright side is you can cook anywhere and you can get a job anywhere in the world as a chef. And I'm a Red Seal chef here in Canada. Um, Downfall is the higher you go up in the kitchen, from cook to chef de partie to sous chef to chef, the more hours you have to put in in the kitchen. Um, the average day for a chef who's running a kitchen is about between 12 to 16 hours every day. So there's a lot of drug abuse, there's a lot of alcohol abuse, there's a lot of broken relationships because of this industry. And a lot of people don't realize that the cook making your meal might not have enough money to pay the light bill that day. And there's so much stress going on and it's busy on top of everything else. And I find that here in Canada, cooks don't get the respect that they deserve. And I mean, we are literally doctors. We have to know nutrition, we have to know diets, we have to know all the different food allergies and all that. If someone's allergic to this, what can they eat? We have to know all that. Um, I shouldn't say we're like doctors. We're jacks of all trade, essentially. Um, Over my many years of working in the kitchens and restaurants and hotels, I've learned a lot about myself. But one of the things that I have learned is that it takes a very strong person to manage to work in a kitchen. You have to have your wits about you. You have to be able to multitask. You have to be able to see problems before they happen, which some of us can, some of us can't. And that's what really defines a real chef. I'm not going to make any hits on TV chefs because I have my opinion and that's where it's going to stay. But I'd wager that a lot of the TV chefs have a fair amount of experience to get the spot to be on TV, but they didn't get there because they knew everything. They got there because they had good staff under them helping promote them through the ranks and helping them lead. Um, but that's about all I can say about TV chefs. As I say, honestly, I have no respect for TV chefs. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I've been a chef too long. I've been in the industry too long to say, oh yes, Gordon Ramsay is the best. No, he's not. There's better chefs than him. There's better chefs than me. You know. But I mean, the industry, even in it, you have the guy beside you that's cooking alongside you has a knife to your back and you have a knife to his back. That's the mentality of the kitchen. And that's another thing that the public doesn't realize is that it is very stressful. It's, they say you have, some people say, oh, I'm your friend. I'm your chef party. I'm supposed to be your friend. No, don't trust them. You know, don't trust any cook when you're working in the kitchen because every cook is eyeing one job, and that's the chef's job. They don't care what they have to do to, if that means destroying a confidence like Derek Bone did to me and when I was working at the Hotel McDonald, to promote himself through the ranks. So, I mean, that's one thing that happened to me a long time ago, and I mean, I just shake my head at it now. So, anyway, this is my rant on cooking. I think I'm going to move forward on to books that I read and the things that I'm working on right now. I just finally got chapter 4 done of The Fog of Times, so I've been pretty busy today after working in the restaurant. But I'm going to talk about the kind of books I read. I'm going to talk about the actual books, the actual 2 books that I'm reading right now, the 2 series. So anyway, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.